Hi, welcome back everyone. Since GGG changed banners, I always wanted to build something around them. They require not that much investments, but returns are pretty insane. So I'm presenting you my fastest Heist running champion. Also I want to try Autodub feature on YouTube. If you are speaking any other languages other than English, you are free to try to select Autodub in the settings and tell me later how it sounds compared to the original. Now let's get started. This build is my take on making fastest high-end Heist runner and trying to define new meta. There are several key interactions of the build, let's start with a new one. This league GGG changed the way banners work. Now they no longer reserve any mana and they give a powerful buff which is scaled with Valour and Aura effect. To get maximum benefits from the banner, we are going to get a total of 105 maximum Valour stacks. We are going to do so by allocating almost all banner passives on the tree, this way we can get insane movement speed and suppress multipliers. But we are going to get not only movement speed and suppress from the banners, but all elemental resistances as well. With the help of this passive node, we can pretty much res cap almost without any res on the gear. But now we have a problem. How we are going to maintain 105 Valour stacks? We have a banner mastery which will give us up to 5 Valour when you Warcry. With the help of the body armor and some passives for increased Valour gain, we can get it up to 12 per Warcry, but it's still nowhere near enough. And now comes Champion into the play. Champion's Inspirational not only will improve the effect of our auras, but will recover 30% of our stacks consumed when we leave, and this is important, when we leave the area of a banner. And since we have 115% decreased Valour gain, it will be 75 hour recovery. Don't forget to use banner passive so that the banner effect will linger for 3 seconds. Also, some of you might know that we cannot gain any Valour when we have banner placed, and you will be right. But Perfidy body armor is perfect and completely remove this problem. Now we recover 12 Valour per Warcry, 77 Valour when we leave the area of the banner, and now all we have to do is to get some Warcry cooldown recovery, which we will get using Impossible Escape as well as a couple of tattoos. Now everything's perfect. We are recovering 77 Valour when we leave the banner area, since we have around 4 seconds of banner effect, counting the lingering effect. With my current cooldown of the General's Cry, it will trigger around 3 times, recovering 36 Valour. So this way I have a constant 105 Valour of my banner. Now let's get to another key interaction, and it's self-chill. Usually when you are chilled, your action speed will be reduced by the mana of the chill effect. But using unique ring Winterweave, we can reverse that effect in order to increase our action speed instead. But now we need to have a way to get chilled constantly. There are several ways of getting self-chill, but the main one is to get Call of the Void ring and cast Forbidden Rite. Forbidden Rite will deal chaos damage to ourselves, and Call of the Void will allow that chaos damage to chill us. Now we have to tinker our chaos resistance so we can get 30% chill effect on every cast of Forbidden Rite. I have around negative 45 and it works for me. Now it would be ideal to automate it, because casting all the time will just slow us down instead. We can easily do so while using rare weapon with the trigger mod on it. This mod will trigger socketed spell when you use another spell with 4 seconds of cooldown. There are 2 trigger mods, one with 8 seconds of cooldown and the other one is 4. The low one comes from the Alva mod and we need exactly it. Why do we need 4 seconds? Well, by default the chill effect lasts only 2 seconds, but we can use Lethe Shade notable, which will double the time of that chill effect. So that is why we need to have 4 second cooldown in order to get 100% uptime of 30% increased action speed. But the downside of this way of self-chilling is that we are losing around half our HP when we trigger Forbidden Rite. The cool thing is that we can take advantage of this downside against Champion's First Strike passive in order for us to gain adrenaline buff for even more movement speed. And that's it when it comes to the key interactions of the build. Other than that, we are just going to focus on getting as much movement speed as we can get for this character. Let's quickly get over the gear. For the weapon, I'm using triggered weapon with the Abyss Second in it in order to get some additional movement speed. The other one has +2 of socketed support gems in order to boost the level of Defiance banner even further. And since this is the end of the league, I decided to enchant both of them with the Hunted mode to get additional movement speed. If GGG will remove those enchantments in the next league, we can just get default trigger weapon with the shield for the movement speed. For the helmet, I'm using default Devotee's Devotion with the Reservation Corrupt. The body armor is Perfidy with +1 to socketed gems. The amulet is Ashes of the Star with the movement speed, corruption and high quality. The rings are Winterweave and Call of the Void. The boots are rare with resistance, strength, regen and lot of movement speed and action speed and cooldown recovery for the implicits. The gloves are rare pair with the life, resistance, attributes and recovery. For the belt, I'm using Mage Blood for maximum speed, but can just use Tides of Time belt instead. Now let's talk about the tree. This tree focuses on getting all banner passives, some onslaught and elusive effect, as much movement speed as possible and some life and a lot of tattoos. For the jewels, I'm using a lot of Transcendent Spirit in order to get even more movement speed. Impossible Escape with the Internal Youth for the Warcry cooldown. Watchers with the phasing and more movement speed, and a Natural Instinct. And finally, let's talk about the gems. In the helmet I have Aura set up with the Grace, Vile Haste and Vitality. In the body armor, Withering Step with the phase run linked with automation, empower and enhance. In the gloves, default haste setup with the decoy totem and void spear. In the main weapon, Forbidden Right with the life tap. In the offhand, Defiance Ban with the empower and stew skin. And finally, in the boots, 2 linked General Cries and auto exertion and clarity with the arrogance. The final movement speed of this build is around 1100, but you can easily get it to be even higher if you want to min-max it. Overall, this is pretty comfortable haste runner. You need to manage the banner's placement, but it's pretty much the same as the life flask on default Pathfinder, and you get used to it pretty quickly. Just press it once for a second, and when you're waiting for the doors. The build can tank lasers easily and the traps with the steel skin, and the movement speed is beyond anything. Well, this is it guys. I'm already making cool next build, so stay tuned. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you wish to support me financially, there are links in the description below. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
I can handle it.
Everyone in one piece?
No, we're all...